MATLAB was originally designed to do numerical calculations, but it includes a very powerful symbolic package that can be quite useful. So let's take a look at some very simple symbolic math within MATLAB. So let's imagine we're going to write a script to maybe define a function and then take a partial derivative of that function and then substitute some numbers into our function. So we'll start by writing a new script. So we'll say new and script, which I've already done, and then we'll write our script. So we'll start by clearing the variables and doing a clearing of the screen with the CLC command, and then we'll define our function. And before we define anything, define any functions or anything else, we have to tell MATLAB which variables are going to be symbolic variables. So let's use z, x, and y as our symbolic variables, and maybe g, in case we're going to use that. So any variables that you want to remain symbolic, at least until you substitute numbers in, you need to tell MATLAB that they're symbolic. Okay, right, now we can work with them. So we might define z as being the cube of x plus the square of y, and we could then, if we wanted to, take the second derivative, and let's take the first derivative. And that's the way you take a derivative is just by saying the diff function. And so we're going to take the derivative of z, let's do it with respect to x. And if we're just interested in the derivative, we could just run the script right now. And it will tell us that if we take the derivative of this, of course, we get 3x squared, which is showing it down here. Now, if we want, we could substitute numerical values into either z or g. Let's substitute numerical values for x into the function g. So whenever you want to get a number out of an analytical expression in MATLAB, use the subs function. So we're going to substitute into the function g. We want to get rid of x and replace it with 4. And that will give us our answer. So we'll run that script, and we can say here's our original function for g, and then when we plug in 4 for x, we're going to get 48. So that's just a short little example on how to use symbolic functions in MATLAB.